natural forever. Why is my natural hair not getting any longer? If that's you, then you need to continue and watch this video. Hello and welcome back to my channel, New Growth Naturals. My name is Samantha. I am a natural hair specialist. I have been working with natural hair for over 9 years, and also I've been specializing in growth treatments that do work, and have had testimonials from hundreds of clients that have seen growth retention on their hair. So if you are having issues with growing out your hair long, then you're at the right place. In this video, I'll share with you why your natural hair refuses to grow. Or does it? First off, I want to say, if you have hair on your head that you have been growing for over 5 years, or 3 years, 2 years, or even longer, it means that your hair is growing. Studies show that you lose from 30, 50 to even 150 strands of hair per day, based on your condition, of course. Some persons, because they have hormonal issues or alopecia or stress levels, that varies. But your hair sheds that much per day, and if you're shedding at that rate on a daily basis and your hair wasn't regrowing over those years, you'd have some bald patches. So my point is, your natural hair is indeed growing. What then is the issue why you're not retaining that length? Let me dive into that. So the first thing is unrealistic expectations. Now, whenever clients visit me because their hair is not growing or their hair is breaking, the first solution they want is a product that will give them fast hair growth, that will get their hair to grow, and that won't help. Really, hair products does help to stimulate hair growth depending on your condition, but what you really need is a hair regimen. Let me break that down for you. Just like going to the gym to lose weight, you don't lose weight by just exercising this week and then next week you're eating the same way, your sleep patterns are the same, you stop working out as how you used to, you expect to all of a sudden lose a whole lot of pounds. It's not going to work. The same is with your hair. You need a regimen. You need something to train your hair to say that, listen, this is what I'm going to be doing on a weekly basis to grow my hair. And even if you see a professional like a dermatologist or a trichologist, which by the way I am, if you happen to see one of us, the first, if they're going to be diagnosing any medication for your ear loss or for your ear at all, they're not going to say, oh, use this for a week and then you should see the difference. Some persons will give you up to 6 months, 3 months minimum for you to start seeing results, and those results are not massive hair growth results as some YouTubers claim. By the way, y'all need to stop following these YouTubers that are saying grow your hair overnight. It is not possible. I've been doing this for 9 years. I've been growing my hair. I've passed waist length, and guess what? What I like about my journey is that I wasn't one of those YouTubers that had long hair by genetics. I had really short hair, 4C hair, which is really coily and tends to be very dry, tends to break easily. So all the odds were against me. And if you have 4C hair, you understand what I am talking about. So let me tell you this. The first thing you need to do is to stop having unrealistic expectations. Set goals where your hair is concerned, and based on what we do know, your hair naturally, on average, persons hair grow like half an inch per month. So if you're growing half an inch per month by an average, some persons may have a little bit more, some persons a little bit less because of genetics, and I'll talk about that later on in this video. But if you're getting at least half an inch per month, your goal should be to retain at least, say for 6 months you want to retain 3 inches, and that would be realistic. So if your hair grows half an inch per month, the first thing you need to do is address the breakage issue, because it is falling out and it is breaking, and that's why you don't have longer hair. So what caused your hair to break? Most of my clients that have short hair but want their hair to grow long, when they come to me for solutions, the first thing I would do is give them a white tooth comb and ask them to demonstrate to me how they comb their hair. And the first thing they'll do, take the white tooth comb and start raking the hair. And that's why one of the first reason why you don't have any hair, because our hair is coily, our hair tends to be dry, it tends to knot on itself. So if you're taking your comb, even though my hair is in plait, I'm just trying to demonstrate to you. So if you're taking your comb, however wide the tooth may be, and you're raking from here, all the knots that are down here is going to come all the way here, and then when the hair cannot clear itself easily, then you're going to be ripping through the hair to get it clear, and the next thing you know, all that hair from here will be breaking off. So all the new growth that you have from here is still there, but the older ends are breaking off, and that's the reason why you're not retaining any length. So the first thing you need to address is the way you comb your hair. First, you want to take your ends and ensure that your hair is moisturized. Matter of fact, it is best if you use no comb at all, except for when you're parting, of course, because you want your parts to look nice. But it is best if you just finger detangle your hair, or if you want your hair to be really detangled, finger detangled first, then you go in with a white tooth comb, and you're going to work your way from the very ends, clearing the ends and working your way up until you reach the root of your hair. And that's the best way to comb your hair. That is the right way to comb your hair if you want to retain length. Minimal breakage is key. And while we're on the topic of breakage, let me just get this into you. Most of you want to know, oh, my natural hair is breaking. What caused my hair to be breaking? That can be a numerous amount of reasons, including the one I said earlier on about you combing your hair wrong. Also, our natural hair tends to be very dry because of so much coil. The natural oils that coat the hair don't travel all the way down to the strands, and that will cause breakage. Hence, you need to be moisturizing your hair, deep conditioning your hair, and doing all that wonderful stuff so your hair will be properly lubricated. Also, the very important thing that you need to be doing is protective styling. Protective styling means that your ends are tucked away from the element. I did a video on that. Click this link right here if you want to see that video. All right. Another reason why your natural hair is breaking is because you're using too much heat on your hair. Like, I have clients that come to me all the time. They want me to blow dry their hair. Well, fine, I'll do it because that's my job. But guys, if you're really serious about retaining length on your natural hair, ditch the heat. No blow dryers, no flat irons, nothing of the sort, no pressing comb. I know y'all like to see your hair straight sometimes, that's okay, but if you're going to try to retain a lot of length, you have to ditch the heat or minimize the amount of heat that you're using on your natural hair is breaking is simply because you're not being gentle. For example, I am wearing a protective style now. When I'm taking down my protective style, sometimes I may be tired, I may get irritated, I may get frustrated because of how difficult they are to take down, because of the knots and so on. And instead of taking my time to work my way through this process, I'll rip my hair, and that in turn causes breakage. Most of the breakage that we experience, apart from when you're detangling your hair, is during the takedown process of protective styling. And I cannot overemphasize this enough. Be super gentle. If you're feeling frustrated, if you're feeling rushed, leave your hair alone. Don't touch your hair. And while we're on the topic of don't touch your hair, one of the reasons why your natural hair continues to break is because you're always manipulating. You're always styling your hair. You want the latest style. You want to look fly. And that doesn't work with length retention. Our hair is very fragile. And guess what? You have to be gentle. You have to leave it alone. Don't let anybody consistently touching your hair. Don't be combing your hair in a puff. Don't be doing twist out, braid outs all the time. It's okay to do it once off when you're feeling cute, because I do sometimes. But sis, you have to be rocking those protective styles. You have to keep your hair moisturized, limit the amount of heat that you're using your hair, and straight into the next reason why your natural hair won't grow. Check your diet. A lot of persons do not take vitamins. Well, I don't take vitamins. I believe that my food is my medicine and my medicine is my food. So I try to eat a lot of fruits, a lot of vegetables, a lot of grains. I am not a vegan per se, but I only because I eat fish and eggs and stuff like that. But I try to ensure that I'm eating a balanced diet especially a rich in green leafy vegetable, and that will aid in the growth process. Think about your body this way. If you're not eating the proper nutritious food that your body needs on a daily basis, your body is going to prioritize. So the organs that are most important are going to get the nutrients from the food that you're eating, and your skin and your nails and your hair, is going to be the least priority because you don't need those to survive. So they will fall out and they will suffer, they will get thin. And if your hair is weak and lack proper nutrients, eventually they're going to break off. Think about it like a plant. If you plant a plant and you're not watering the plant, even though the soil is there, it is going to die eventually. If it is in water and no soil, eventually the plant is going to wither and it is going to die because it needs a combination of nutrients in order to thrive. And if you're not like myself that like to eat a lot of fruits and vegetables, it's okay to take vitamins. It is essential no matter what you do to ensure that your body is getting the correct amount of nutrients that you need so your hair, your skin, your nails can thrive. Another reason why your natural hair is not growing is because of stress. Stress is one of the leading cause of hair loss in women and men, especially women. And guys, if you're stressed, try to increase your exercising, or if you're not exercising at all, exercises does help to reduce your stress. Get a lot of sleep, take fresh air, go to the beach, take time off. And another thing that you can do, most importantly, this is what you can do to reduce stress. Pray. There's a God in heaven that hears prayers and answers prayers. As a matter of fact, let me break right now to pray. Say a little prayer for all of you out there. Father in heaven, I present all my clients, all those persons that are watching this video now that want to grow their hair, and I ask that through the mighty power of Jesus Christ, our Lord and our Savior, that you'll grant them the desires of their heart. May they work and may they have the faith in you, and I receive it and claim it done. Amen. Stress prevents your hair from really growing and retaining length. Stress can push your hair follicles in a resting mode, and that causes your hair to fall out easily, and in the future when you're shampooing your hair, combing your hair, it comes out even easier. So guys, take it easy, relax. God is still in control. You got this. One of the most important reasons why your hair may not be growing is because of the thought in your head that black people hair don't grow long or 4C hair don't grow long, because you're not accustomed to seeing persons with 4C hair long, and it must be some genetics or so on. Guys, your hair grow probably slower than other races. Sometimes that is true. But nevertheless, your genes, whether your genes help your hair to grow faster or at a slower pace, what is important is that your hair is growing. And most persons that have this notion in their head, what they would go and do is wear a lot of wigs, a lot of extension, a lot of braids to cover up for their hair, and their natural hair is neglected underneath. And at the end of the day, most times you end up losing your edges. Most time you have bald patches because of how tight these braids are done, because of how damaging these glues are on your hair with those wigs, whatever you're using to cover your natural hair. Over time, your hair follicles is stressed out, it is depressed, and your hair stop growing fast at the rate that it used to, and it keeps on falling out even faster, so you won't be able to retain any length. The first thing you need to do to address this issue is simply stop. Take a break from all those extensions, take a break from your regimen, take a break from your mindset, and be ready to try new things. A lot of persons are not willing to try new things. They want a magical hair product. Oh, I want this to use, and by the end of the week, if they don't see 1 inch or 10 inches on their hair, they say, oh, this doesn't work, and they move on. Take time. Things take time to work. Just like everything else in life, your hair takes time to grow. So give yourself at least 6 months with a particular product, unless it's irritating your scalp or you can see right away after you start using it some adverse side effect, then you discontinue using. But if you're using something, you need to be consistent. You need to be constantly keep sticking to your regimen. Find a regimen that works for your hair. When I say regimen, a complete guide, what you're going to do throughout this week to take care of your hair and stick to it. What you need to do is do your research on your hair type, your hair porosity. I have a video with that as well. You can click this link right here to see that video. But do researches on your hair. I'm not telling you to be a product junkie, but try to find what products work for your hair, what doesn't. Try to establish a hair regimen. Ensure that you have a good nighttime routine where you moisturize your hair, put it in a satin bonnet or a scarf before you go to bed to prevent breakage. All that wonderful thing you need to incorporate into your hair regimen. Give it at least 3 to 6 months, and I promise you, if you follow through with all that I've said in this one video, you'll see major improvements. Guys, like I said before, I'm not giving you unrealistic expectations or bringing your hopes up to say that this won't happen. I've had years of experience, not only with myself, because I've been growing my hair naturally over 8 years, and it was always short. And I'm going to show you a picture at the end of this video where my hair is coming from and how I managed to get it at this length. And guys, I've been working with clients that had short hair, and within few months of seeing me, they have been seeing major improvements on their hair because they are following the steps that I give them. And some of them, they don't even bother to touch their hair. I do a style, they come to me, I wash, deep condition, and moisturize their hair, and their hair is left untouched until they return to me. And because of that, they're seeing major improvement in length retention. So these are things that you can do at home. Not all of you will be my clients because I'm in the Cayman Islands and you're all over the world, but I am sharing my talent with you, and I'm hoping that you'll follow through. And if you got substance from this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel, because this is a hair growth series that I've been doing for the past few weeks, and I will be continued for 3 months. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel. The reason why your natural hair refuses to grow any longer is because you continuously use harsh chemicals in your hair. And when I say harsh chemicals, you're going to say, oh, but I just use shampoo, conditioner, and oils and whatever. Most of these products on the market, they're not for natural hair. And that's why I try to stick to organic products that I can find in my kitchen, in my supermarket, or wherever, or natural oils, natural butters, natural creams. Guys, if you don't know about these harmful chemicals, you need to check the ingredients on your product containers, and then you need to use Google or YouTube. There's so many mediums out there for you to research. So if you're really serious about your hair, which you should be, you need to check out the chemicals that are in, and that's an entire different video by itself. I'll get into that sometime soon. But in this hair growth series, I'll be sharing with you all the different products that I have been using on my hair to help me retain length, because trust me, I've had major setbacks, and if I share this with someone out there, they probably don't encounter the same issue that I had before, or this will help you to go through the issue more smoothly. So I'm very much happy to share this with you. So while there are no magical products that you can use overnight for your hair to grow, there are products that actually can stimulate your hair follicles to grow, those follicles that have been gone into the resting phase because of stress or hormonal issues or whatever other issues that you may have, and the hair is depressed. There are actually natural stimulants that you can use to stimulate blood flow to the scalp and also to stimulate growth, and I'll tell you about those in other videos. But what I want you to know is that this is not going to happen overnight. It is going to be a process. So if you're not willing to go through this process, kindly hop off this challenge from now. I'm telling you, I'm not playing. Hop off this challenge from now. But if you're willing and you're ready to see real improvement on your hair, real results from your hair, you need to be dedicated, you need to be committed, and first thing you need to do is ask God for help. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.